Or just go say the thing that you feel to the mirror and see if you sound gay or not.
That's true.
What if you're gay though?
Oh,
That's not a problem.
You know when you have like a problem or you're complaining about something and then somebody goes, dude, that's nothing. I have this going on.
Oh, those one-uppers?
Does it actually help, in your opinion, when your problems get compared with bigger problems?
I think it depends if I stumbled upon it or if I'm going to someone for help.
Yeah.
If I stumbled upon it, then I'm like, oh shit, that was crazy. Then it makes me think about my own life. And I'm like, oh, my stuff ain't shit. But if you're like going to someone for help and then you're like, hey, excuse me, can you help me change? I have a flat tire. Like I got 4 flat tires. You're like, all right, that's awesome. I still got a flat tire. I can't drive home.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah.
Because they just think you're complaining, and it's like, bitch, I need help fixing this shit.
Yeah, you think that's bad?
When there's like practical problems like that, I can see why that would be like, okay, what the heck? I think a lot of the time for me, like that, oddly, that helps me put things in perspective very easily. If I'm like troubled about some shit and some guy's like, I mean, you have it pretty good compared to A, B, and C, I actually feel a lot better when it comes to like conceptual things that you're dreading.
Like a change in perspective, huh?
Yes, but not like when it comes to, like you said, like if a practical thing happened where like, I don't know, like I found out my dad is sick or something. It's not going to make me feel any better if someone's dad's sicker.
Oh, my dad's way sicker than yours.
my dad's dead.
Yeah, exactly.
I just think it's also, you're kind of being a snooty little cunt though, a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like other people got it worse, or I got it worse than you. It's almost like you're trying to one-up me in the conversation. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't really help anything. Like, this reminds me of people who just make everything about them.
Oh yeah, they want to like recenter the conversation.
Yeah, you're trying to talk about something that's going on with you or whatever, and then it's just becomes always pulled back to what's about them. So it's
Yeah.
like, all right.
Yeah, that's what I mean when you're talking with people, I feel like that's how it feels like. But then if it's like you stumble upon, like I love inspirational stories. The guy with one leg that ran a marathon or something. And I'm like, oh shit, that was fucking crazy. Damn, I got 2 legs. I should be, I don't know, make more of whatever I have. I like those. But I think when you talk to people and then they try to one up you, like their life is worse, then you're like, is this guy a narcissist? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I think it's like when you're actually looking for a practical solution, but they just try to change your perspective, that's when it's annoying. Because it's like, I don't care. Well, yeah, you're not validating me. That's fine. But I'm asking for a solution or like brainstorming session instead of just being like, you don't got to worry about it because things are worse. It's like, no, motherfucker, I'm here because I'm trying to figure out different methods because I ran out of ideas. Or, you know what I mean? Like,
But that's why I dig talking to dudes about stuff like this, because it's like, we're probably going to drill in on like how we can fix the problem, whereas bitches want to be like, I just need to vent right now, so can you please stop trying to solve my problem? Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's true.
So I see the value in that, but if they like got hit by the narcissism tree a couple times, I don't think we're going to get anywhere.
I remember when I was a kid, I was like, man, I don't got enough t-shirts. So I told my dad, I was like, man, I don't think I got enough t-shirts. I got to get more t-shirts. He told me, he's like, oh yeah? When I was a kid, we had the same shirt. When I came back from school, I would wash it and scrub it and hang it. And then the next day, wear the same shirt to school. And if that day was raining and the sun wasn't out, I'm wearing a wet t-shirt to school. And I remember going, damn, I think I still need more t-shirts though.
Yep.
parents did do the one-upping shit, huh? They're like, I fucking walked 3 miles and shit to school.
Yeah.
And I'm like, sucks to be you. You got a car now.
But I think they have a right to do that. Whereas if you're going to someone as a peer, it's a little different. You know? One of my favorite stories that Shaq tells is that his stepdad one time, it was after a game, and he was bitching about like the game and bitching about his career a little bit. And his stepdad was like, get in the car with me. And they drove like through like some rough neighborhoods. And he's like, these people have it tough. You don't have it tough. You don't have real problems. And like Shaq never said he never forgot that. And I don't think that's a one-upmanship. That's just perspective. Like, yeah, that's just important perspective and keeping your problems relative, you know?
But there are times when I do want to fucking be like, shut the fuck up, man. That's what you're bitching about? And then that's when sometimes, if depending on how much I care in the moment or how much I care about the person, it'll come out. And it'll come out. I'll just be like, dude, that sounds dumb.
Like, what's an example of that?
Like Anthony was telling me, he's like, I'm going 5, 6, 7, 8, and this guy's going like 9, 10, 11, 12, and I'm like, you got to stay with me, you got to stay on my time, and I'm like, I don't need to hear this story again, Anthony. You know, shit like that.
That's not my tempo.
It's usually things that overwhelm people and they want to vent and they actually don't want a solution. So like, for example, like I gotta get better at this, but like not everyone grows up with the same amount of stress and trauma, right? That's like duh. So like what makes people feel like it's the end of the world sometimes is just like I know they're going through an experience, but I'm like, the amount of emotional expression to what's happened to me feels too much. Like, it's like no one died, but then like, it's like you're doing that because you lost a job, or like even that's actually legit, but something even less than that. Maybe you got offended, or like, it's just these little stories. I try to stay away from them and I don't remember because I don't want to remember. But like, you'll hear it all the time in conversation where like, you're just like, the fuck?
When their expression and whatever happened isn't like calibrated correctly.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, like maybe you scuffed your new shoe, but you treat it as if like your uncle passed away or something. It's like, what the fuck? Because Taika will do that because he's a fucking kid.
Yeah, it's like material things. It's like things that's like, oh yeah, you got a little dent in your car and then you're going to fucking be pouty for 5 hours.
I think it really helps to have old friends in this situation, exactly, because like as long as I've known Eris, like we have a really good system of, I guess, like if I'm like complaining, if I find myself complaining about money or not having something, like we go so far back to where we both just had absolute shit and nothing at all. And it's easy to remind each other like, dude, remember you couldn't even choose what you wanted to eat because there was a cap to what you could afford. Like even that little thing will just make me reverse from like being lamentful and then grateful.
He's like, remember when you didn't have a creepy van? And how much it improved your life to have a really creepy van?
Also, when you guys been through shit together.
Do you know a better way to meet kids or what?
That's not a one-upper. That's a good thing though. It's like, remember when we used to be broke?
Yeah. I think that's great. But also like, it's almost like you are seeing a bigger problem that also used to be your problem. So I think like when you compare your problems with even bigger ones, it's almost like makes more sense to just find when you had that bigger problem in the past. That's a great comparison in my mind. At least helps me out a lot. If I'm like, dude, I feel like I have no time. I feel like I have no this. It's like, bro, remember when you were in fucking school? Mm-hmm. Remember how good it feels to not be in fucking school? Like
I went to high school with this cat who to this day tweets like another sad day. And he
What the fuck?
You know, I'm not kidding. Like this guy is he's like a Disney guy, so he's like an adult who goes to Disneyland.
a Disney adult?
A Disney adult. He never really got a girlfriend. He's always been like a sad sack dude. And like I'll still see his Twitter page come up and he'll be like, oh yeah, the life sucks or whatever. And I'm like, this guy's still doing this shit. Like all he's done, in my opinion, is put himself into this spin cycle of depression and sadness because he's not like seeing gratitude or good in anything ever. And that's why me and Nikki are always big on like just expressing gratitude out loud often and being like, man, can't believe we live where we live. Can't believe we live in this house. We feel so lucky and all that kind of shit. Because you can easily do the other thing, but we're there to remind each other like, nah, dude, like things are great.
Woe is me. I think that's what I don't like. The woe is me every day.
They also suck because good news that happens to you will be bad news for him. And I think that's the most retarded thing.
Because they're jealous or something.
Yeah, like I have a friend who you guys know, and when he was in his most depressive state, he would ask for updates and be like, "How's everybody doing?" I'd be like, "Oh, dude, Steve's doing great. He booked this movie." He'd go, "See."
What the fuck?
By the way, that's every actor in Hollywood.
What kind of fucking bullshit is that? What the
That's
fuck?
every actor in Hollywood, by the way.
That movie, by the way, was the one you were in.
Let's fucking go.
That's fucking wow.
Really?
Maybe because their world is zero sum. Because there's only one slot, right? So like So if someone else takes it, then it's the loss for them.
Yeah, I think like some people just want to wallow so bad, or they're just so locked in it that like good news about other people feels like, oh, I should be that.
That's why it's difficult for me to like, as soon as I sense this shit, I give a pass where I'm like, people go through tough times. I get it. And then you might not really mean it, but you just like going off on a rant. But after a while, like I can't be around people like that. And I don't know why it makes my skin crawl so much, but I feel like there's precious space in my mind and I don't want to hear it. Like I rather hear, there's so many things we could talk about. There's so many things that I probably like find interesting, but you choose to occupy the fucking space with complaining or whatever. And I'm all like, I can't block it out too. It just bothers me so much.
I also think I'm super sexist where when I hear dudes bitching about stuff, I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Honestly, yeah.
You have no right. Just don't bitch, dude.
Yeah.
Like with bitches, I expect them to bitch about stuff. With dudes,
It's in
I'm
their
like,
name.
yeah, exactly. I'm like, shame on you, man. I'm like, you are such a pussy. Like, just shut up.
I think because that's what we're all trying to do, right? The goal is to like try to detach yourself emotionally from practical problems because like you want to use your logical brain first and then just stick with that, right?
That's supposed to be our superpower.
Yeah, like as we go through life, we're trying to more and more to get better at that, right? So when you see a guy your age and he's like, man, this sucks, all of this sucks, you're just like, dude, are you that far behind? Like, you got a long way to go, man.
I wish they had a grandpa like I did, man. I really do.
It helps to have like someone like that in your life, yeah.
Where he's like, oh, you think you have problems? I was in Vietnam.
That's all you need to say.
You know what I mean? Like,
you're like, oh shit.
yeah, dude.
That's why I think there's a lot in common with like kids of veterans and like first generation American Asians because they listen to the same shit. Where like none of your shit's validated. All of it's out the window because your life is so fucking good.
And you're so soft compared to us.
You don't even have the right to complain. Yeah. I think there's so much in common with that.
I'm also lucky that Gio keeps it real. But sometimes I will be in like a rut about something. And as soon as I say it out loud, she doesn't have to say anything. She just looks at me and I go, that sounded gay, huh? And I'm like, fuck, that did sound fucking gay. And I would like go reprogram it, you know?
You're like, I got dumped one time and I'm like bummed about it and shit like that. And I go home and like my grandpa's there and shit. And it's just like, yeah, yo, yeah, I noticed you don't look like you're very happy right now. Oh yeah, this, we broke up. And he's like, oh yeah, I remember her and all this stuff. And he's like, yeah, one morning I watched one of my buddies get turned into jelly.
Not even relatable.
No, just like puts his dick on the table. And he's like, yeah, what do you think of that? Yeah, and it made me laugh. Like, it just made me laugh.
Yeah, it'll bring your spirits up to be like, that's ridiculous. But yeah, thanks, I guess.
I think when guys do that, though, it's supposed to like snap you out and like snap you back into reality. Like, so you're not like in the spiral of like, fuck, man, they got my Starbucks order wrong. They got my Starbucks order. And then you're just thinking for like 3 hours straight. And then like if someone says that to you, you're like, the fuck, it was a stupid stuff.
That's the key right there.
Yeah. But then when people do it wrong, it becomes, oh, you know what I went through? And then it's like they go through a whole monologue.
Yeah. So all you guys out there that have that thing, the snap out of it thing, the key with that is that your friends are supposed to believe that that's not you. Like you're not the complainer person. You need to snap out of it and go back to who you are. And that's someone that has the capability to handle it. So it's that thing of like, if I'm doing that to someone, I'm not trying to tell them, oh, you're invalid. This isn't worth my time. It's more like, hey, you're not being yourself. Yeah. Get out of that random mindset where you like hit that dip, you know?
Or just go say the thing that you feel to the mirror and see if you sound gay or not.
That's true.
What if you're gay though?
Oh, that's not a problem.
But it's such a tricky thing to navigate because it's like, like dudes fucking often themselves is at an all-time high. Like people, there's a thing like male loneliness epidemic. And it's like, I think we're just so socially screwed right now. Like where we got to and the trial and error that we got to be comfortable with navigating like, hey, I got to talk to you about this shit. Right. And I need some help. Yeah. They don't know the difference between that and complaining and venting. True. So because it might feel like this might actually feel like they're opening up and they need some help.
If you're handling it like a woman where you just want to complain and vent, that's not good. But if you're actually looking for feedback and trying to improve yourself, I think that's tight.
Yeah. So if they're not an asshole, or like, because some people just want to keep saying the same things over and over and over and do nothing about it.